Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to NEET World. So this is our day 1 of crash course series for bridge course. I mean here it's like a bridge course for class 10th to 11th moving students right now. So here I am going to start this session by showing your books, that whatever the books that you have used in your class 10th, like physical science I hope you used right now. So this is your physical science book where it contains 12 chapters right now. So here that now it is going to become separate books for physics as well as chemistry subjects right now. So now particularly in this session I will be covering you what are the things you are going to do with chemistry part. Okay, right. So now, yeah, if you are new to this channel, what I recommend you is watch this session completely so that you will get complete clarity on what you are going to do with this bridge course and after your class 10th. Okay, and what are the things that you can do in your class 11th. It means if you are taking any BIPC or MPC courses, you will be having this chemistry as one of the subject right now. So you need to know how can you link your basics, I mean class 10th and class 9th class subjects to this 11th and 12th portions. Okay, so it is a like a very mandatory thing that you should have a smooth transition from 10th to 11th. Okay, now we'll be giving you the basic idea of this class 10th syllabus, then I will be connect them to this class 11th and 12th syllabus of chemistry. Okay, and I am repeating the same thing in Telugu. See, class 10th exams అయిపోయాయి, రిజల్ట్స్ కూడా వచ్చాయి కదా. సో ఇప్పుడు చాలామంది సమ్మర్ వెకేషన్స్ ఎంజాయ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. సో అలాంగ్ విత్ దట్ జాయ్ఫుల్ డేస్ I suggest you to spend some time on your 11th future academic plans also. ఈ క్లాస్ 10th తర్వాత ఏం చేయాలి అనే ఆలోచనలో చాలామంది కన్ఫ్యూజన్తో ఉంటారు, కొంతమంది క్లారిటీ ఉంటుంది. ఐదర్ ఐ షుడ్ టేక్ ఎంపీసీ టు బికమ్ ఏ గుడ్ ఇంజనీర్ ఆర్ ఐ షుడ్ టేక్ బైపీసీ టు బికమ్ ఏ గుడ్ డాక్టర్ అనే క్లారిటీ ఉంటుంది. సో ఇప్పుడు ఈ క్లారిటీ ఉన్న వాళ్ళ కోసం ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మనకి ఇప్పుడు కావాల్సింది ఏంటి అని అంటే క్లాస్ 10th నుండి క్లాస్ 12కి 11th 12కి మూవ్ అయ్యే సమయంలో దేర్ విల్ బి సమ్ డిఫరెన్స్ ఇన్ ద సిలబస్. ఓకే, ఆ గ్యాప్ని ఫిల్ చేయాలి ఇప్పుడు మనం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ లెట్ మీ షో యూ సంథింగ్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ హియర్. సి దీస్ ఆర్ సమ్ బుక్స్ ఆఫ్ క్లాస్ 10th ఐఎమ్ షోయింగ్ యూ. ఓకే, సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు క్లాస్ 10th బుక్ ఓపెన్ చేసి చూసారనుకోండి, దీస్ ఆర్ ద టాపిక్స్ దట్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సీ ఇన్ యువర్ క్లాస్ 10th రైట్ నౌ. సో నౌ లెట్ మీ షో యూ వాట్ ఆర్ ద టాపిక్స్ రిలేటెడ్ టు class 10th as well as class I mean how can we connect them to the class 11th and 12th. See, this is your physics part and this is your chemistry. Like that, if you observe what are the chapters that are like comes under chemistry part means, see the chemical equations, acids, bases. Okay, and the next here structure of atom, classification of periodic table. Okay, then next here chemical bonding, then next here metallurgy, and the next carbon and its compounds. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 7 chapters are there related to the chemistry part. Okay, now all these 7 chapters are very important for your competitive exams and for your understanding of 11th and 12th class syllabus. Okay, let me take you to this very deeply so that you can feel more confident about your 11th class preparation. See here these are the chapters now. The remaining topics whatever we have are related to physics. Okay, our physics will cover about those particular portions. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, so the classes will be very friendly manner and we will be using only very nominal, like very basic English that can be understood by every student who is watching. Okay, and we will also be communicating in Telugu if there is only Telugu students more. Okay, and particularly if you belongs to Hyderabad region, you can come directly, you can come to our institute and you can sit in our classroom so that whatever we are streaming here you can watch or you can attend them in the offline version also. You just come to Hyderabad Narayanguda near YMCA circle. Okay, right, near metro station of Narayanguda. Okay, so now these are the 2 books of your class 11th chemistry. Now these 7 chapters that whatever you have seen, now they are going to become 29 chapters. How many chapters? 29 chapters of chemistry in your class 11th as well as class 12th. Okay, particularly here I can mention here it will be around 16 16 chapters in class 12, 16 chapters in class 12, okay, and here 13 chapters in class 11th. So total 29 chapters are there as per the NCERT book, okay, right. So along with this, something called SALT analysis will be there. We will be discussing all those things, no worries, okay. We are also going to give you some basic idea on practical approach also, like SALT analysis we are going to do in upcoming sessions, no worries about that, okay, and some basic experiments in order to understand this chemistry in a more effective manner. We are going to provide all those things. You just attend these live sessions freely, and you just share this with your friends who are completed class 10th along with you, so that both of you, like all of you, all your batchmates can attend this, okay. If you have anything to discuss, you please write in the comment box. I will explain them everything clearly, okay. Feel free to express whatever the concerns you have, okay. You just mention in the comment box, we will be looking into it, okay, right. The next thing, yeah, so now if you observe, class 11th portion is of this many chapters. How many chapters I told you? 13 chapters now. So these are the chapters, okay. So these are the chapters related to class 11th, okay. Now I will connect class 11th and 12th portions with your class 10th, so that you will feel more connective towards the chemistry subject right now. So these are the remaining portions of class 12th. So we have 13 in 11th, 16 in 12th, that's it. Let us connect them from class 10th to 11th once with a basic understanding. Let me show you that. See, if you have observed, there is a chapter in class 10th. Me andariki telusu, class 10th lo we have chemical reactions in class 10th right now. So there is a chapter called chemical reactions and equations, okay. Now using that chemical reactions and equation in class 11th, you are going to cover 3 chapters. The same thing you are going to study here in 3 chapters in more detailed manner, okay. So here you have just seen very basic surface kind of thing, okay. Pai paina chusam, okay, basic approach ochindi. But when it comes to class 11th here, intermediate lo meeru vaatini inkoncham depth ga, and how can you solve them using numericals. Mean for a particular reaction, how much amount of product is formed. ఒక రియాక్షన్ చేశారనుకోండి, అందులో ఎంత అమౌంట్ ప్రోడక్ట్ ఫామ్ అయింది, లేకపోతే ఎంత అమౌంట్ రియాక్టెంట్స్ కావాలి, ఇలాంటి థింగ్స్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు స్టడీ హియర్. ఒక 2-3 రియాక్షన్స్ ఇచ్చినప్పుడు ఇందులో ఏ రియాక్షన్ న్యాచురల్గా పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది, ఏది జరగదు, ఆ జరగడానికి కావాల్సిన కండిషన్స్ ఏంటి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనం క్లాస్ 11th నేర్చుకుంటాం, ఓకే. వెరీ సింపుల్. యూ జస్ట్ అటెండ్ ది సెషన్స్, యూ విల్ feel more confident about this, okay. So chemical reactions, where we are going to use chemical reactions and equations can be used here in chemical equilibrium, okay, and redox reaction. See, మీరు oxidation reduction అనే కొన్ని చిన్న basic terminology చదువుకున్నారు, గుర్తుందా? So here we have a specific separate chapter for that oxidation redox reactions, okay. Balancing of redox reactions అంటూ మనకు ఒక separate chapter ఉంది, okay. Then next వీటిని కనెక్ట్ చేసుకొని మళ్ళీ మనకు 12th క్లాస్లో ఇంకో చాప్టర్ వస్తుంది, అది ఎలక్ట్రోకెమిస్ట్రీ, ఓకే. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ చాప్టర్ కాల్డ్? ఎలక్ట్రోకెమిస్ట్రీ, ఓకే. సో నేను ఒక జనరల్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను చూడండి. ఎలక్ట్రోకెమిస్ట్రీని మన డైలీ లైఫ్లో ఎక్కడ వాడతాం అనేది చూడండి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మనం బ్యాటరీస్ వాడుతున్నాం కదా వెహికల్స్లో. The chemistry behind that batteries we are going to discuss in this electrochemistry, okay. Not only that, మనం మెటలర్జీ చదువుకున్నాం కదా. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ ఆఫ్ మెటల్స్, మనకు తెలుసు ఎర్త్ క్రస్ట్లో నుండి మనం మెటల్స్ని ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తామని కదా. సో హౌ కెన్ వి ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్, వాట్ ఆర్ ద కెమికల్ మెథడ్స్ వీ హ్యావ్, some of them will be discussed under this electrochemistry, okay. And one more thing, see, మనం గోల్డ్ ఆర్నమెంట్స్, సిల్వర్ ఆర్నమెంట్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం కదా. సో వాటికి కొన్నిసార్లు మనం 1 గ్రామ్ గోల్డ్, 2 గ్రామ్ గోల్డ్, లేకపోతే ఎలక్ట్రో ప్లేటెడ్ మెటీరియల్స్ అని వాడతాం. సో ఎలక్ట్రో ప్లేటింగ్ అని అంటాం, అంటే గోల్డ్ ప్లేటింగ్ షీట్స్ వాడతాం. సో ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్ కమ్స్ అండర్ ది అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఎలక్ట్రోకెమిస్ట్రీ పార్ట్ ఓన్లీ, ఓకే. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ థింగ్, కొన్నిసార్లు ఏదైనా ఒక లిక్విడ్ ఒక మెటల్ విజిల్లో పెట్టామనుకోండి, ఆ మెటల్ వెజల్, అదే ఆ కంటైనర్ అనేది పాడైపోతుంది. దట్ విల్ గెట్ రస్టెడ్, ఇట్ గెట్ డ్యామేజ్ రైట్ నా. సో దేర్ ఆల్సో comes with the applications of electrochemistry. So once you are clear with this electrochemistry, there are many applications we are using from this particular thing, Okay, all things we are going to discuss about them, don't worry. The next one, acids, bases and salts అనేది ఇంకో చాప్టర్ ఉంది క్లాస్ 10th ఓకే. అండ్ దానికి కనెక్షన్గా మనం pH క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ చేస్తాం. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ HCl అనేది యాసిడ్ అని చదువుకున్నాం కదా. సో నవ్ ఐఎమ్ సేయింగ్ ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ యూ 10⁻³ మోలార్ HCl. ఓకే, ఈ కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ HCl మీకు ఇస్తున్నా అండ్ ఐఎమ్ ఆస్కింగ్ యూ టు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ ఇట్స్ pH వాల్యూ. ఓకే, సో దెర్ ఈస్ సంథింగ్ కాల్డ్ pH scale. సో pH scale is used to indicate which substance is acidic and basic, neutral at particular temperature. ఓకే, అలా యాసిడ్స్ బేసెస్ గురించి చదువుకున్నదంతా కూడా ఇక్కడ మళ్ళీ డిస్కస్ చేస్తాం అండ్ దాని కనెక్షన్ తోటి సాల్ట్ హైడ్రాలసిస్ అనే కాన్సెప్ట్ కూడా వస్తుంది. ఓకే, రైట్. సో ఐ హోప్ you have some clarity that what are the things we are going to use. Okay, once again I am repeating the same. చూడండి, మీరు క్లాస్ 10thలో you might be weaker in some particular portions, no worries. I will be connecting all those class 10th syllabus to the class 11th and 12th with very clear cut explanation. ఓకే, మీరు సబ్జెక్ట్లో వీక్ ఉన్నా పర్లేదు, వీక్ అని ఫీల్ అవుతున్నా పర్లేదు, ఐ విల్ మేక్ యూ టు ఫీల్ కాన్ఫిడెంట్ అబౌట్ యువర్ లర్నింగ్ ప్రాసెస్. ఓకే, డోంట్ బాదర్ అబౌట్ దట్ థింగ్. Then next, here if you see there are some basic concepts that you have studied in class 10th will be very useful when we are discussing about mole concept. For example, you have studied something like atoms, molecules, electrons, protons, all these things now. So here we are going to discuss about these applications or calculation of number of atoms, number of molecules here in the mole concept chapter. Okay, and the very basic and very important chapter of complete chemistry is this mole concept. Okay, anyways, after 1 week or 3-4 days I will be starting this mole concept. I will be explaining that very clearly. Okay, don't worry. Next, carbon and its compounds గురించి చదివారు కదా. You have studied about carbon and its compound, right? Okay, so in this chapter in the class 10th you have only seen one chapter as carbon and its compounds, but when it comes to here intermediate, there will be separate portions like 2 chapters in class 11th. What are the two chapters? Basic organic chemistry and hydrocarbons అని ఒక 2 chapters ఉంటాయి. And అలానే when it comes to class 12th you will be having something like haloalkanes, alcohols, amines, next aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids, biomolecules, ఇలా ప్రతిదీ కూడా దీంతో లింక్ అయిన చాప్టర్. సో ఆల్మోస్ట్ సమ్ 6 chapters will be specifically studied as organic chemistry here, which you have studied only as one chapter in class 10th. ఓకే, మీకు ఒక ఐడియా వచ్చుంటుంది ఒక చాప్టర్ ఇక్కడ మల్టిపుల్ చాప్టర్స్ లాగా కన్వర్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి అంటే హౌ మచ్ డీపర్ వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు స్టడీ, రైట్ నా? ఓకే, బట్ don't think it is highly difficult. No, it is very easy. It will be done very systematically. Okay, now I will be showing you some questions that are asked in JEE and NEET that you can solve even with a very basic concept that you know in the class 10th itself. Okay, because మీరు see whatever explaining here will be repeated in Telugu also, because there are some students who are requested to conduct in Telugu also. So I am trying to make it in the both languages, Telugu and English. Don't get like confused here. The same thing I am repeating in Telugu also. Okay, see whatever you have studied in class 10th you can use here to solve the questions. Let me show you something. See here, read this question. Arrange the following in the increasing order of metallic character of the given metals. So this is a JEE mains question here. Okay, in the same way I wanted to show you from NEET exam also. See this question, which are the following elements has highest ionization energy? Okay, ఈ 4 elements లో దేనికి ionization energy ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది అని అడుగుతుంది. So these are the 2 questions. One is from JEE and NEET I have brought for you. So now how can you answer them? See, you haven't studied 11th and 12th, you just completed your 10th na. See the 10th book here, if you observe, this is the from 10th class book itself. Okay, so now look at this data they provided in the 10th class book itself. See the answers for these 2 questions you can give based on your 10th class knowledge also. Okay, don't think 11th and 12th means there is too much of burden of syllabus. No, it is completely about how you understand the topics, concept, and how you are applying them. Okay, how you are solving the problems using the known concept, known basics. Okay, so this is the thing you require. See, they are asking about first we'll solve about this highest ionization energy. See what happens to ionization energy. If you observe, we know in periodic table, this is from periodic table chapter, we know in periodic table there is something called groups like this. So in periodic table, if you observe, there will be 18 vertical columns called groups, like this we will be having, so 18 vertical columns are there, those are called groups. Okay, and in periodic table, if you observe like this, there will be 7 rows are called periods, what we call periods. Now what they are asking, ionization energy they are asking in the question. So how simply you can answer, see, ionization energy, if you go like across the group, down the group, if you go from top to bottom, if you go like this, what happens, they are saying in groups ionization energy decreases. Okay, this is what the statement you studied in class 10th only, adi mee book lo nundi teesinde, class 10th book lo nundi teesinde idi. Okay, and when you go across the periods, groups antenemo ila, okay, periods antenemo ila. So when you go across a period, so ionization energy generally increasing, they are saying, what they are saying, ionization energy increasing the periods and decreasing the groups. Okay, ee statement ni pattukoni you can answer this particular question, which are the following element has highest ionization energy. Okay, so what they told, ionization energy, here if you go like this, it increases, ionization energy increases, but if you go down the group, it is decreases. Okay, now arrange these elements as per the data provided. See, we know sodium is 11th atomic number 11th, magnesium is atomic number 12, and aluminium atomic number 13, and silicon atomic number 14. Like this we have now. So what they told, if we go from 11 to 12, 12 to 13, 13 to 14, like this in a row in the periodic table, what happens, ionization energy increases. So which is at the last here, so here this one is at the this side now. So it means if you go from left to right, the one which is at the right side will be having greater ionization energy as per the statement. So based on that, you can simply answer D as your answer for this particular question. Kada ardhamaindi anukunta how we are solving this kind of questions. Okay, so in the same way you can also solve this question, a question that I have provided here. Arrange the following in the increasing order of metallic character I am asking, right? So if you see metallic character, what happens, so the basic fundamental concept here is understanding periodic table here. So if you observe, periodic table is something like this right now. So now what happens in the periodic table with respect to the metallic character? So down the group metallic character increases. What happens? Metallic character increases. Means the element which is at the bottom will be having more metallic character, and here less metallic character. Okay, and when you go from left to right in the periodic table, from here to here, what happens? Metallic character decreases, non-metallic character increases. So here we have metals, here we have non-metals. Okay, so from left to right, what happens in the periodic table? Metallic nature decreases. Remember that. So now look at the options they have provided. Arrange the following in the increasing order of metallic character. So given sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon. So they belongs to same group now. So I mean same period na, sodium atomic number 11, magnesium 12, aluminium 13, silicon 14. I hope you know at least some 20 elements in the periodic table, first 20 elements. Okay, now try to extend them up to 30 elements. Okay, it is very important to know the complete periodic table. Okay, at the initial case you need to at least note, you need to get at least first 30 elements and their electronic configuration. Anyways, I will explain them, but try to learn them on your own now itself. Okay, so now look at here, because all of them are your class 10th syllabus only, that's why I'm saying like that. So when you move from here to here, what happens? I told you, metallic nature decreases, non-metallic character increases. So which is more metallic in nature here? Sodium. So it will be like this. So simply you can say this is the order. So where do we have such option? So option B is your perfect answer for the discussion. Okay, so ila whatever the knowledge you have from class 10th, that basic knowledge you can use to solve even JEE NEET exam questions also. Okay, so nenu enduku ila cheptunnanu ante, see nenu ee particular questions ni kevalam meeru స్మూత్ గా అండ్ ఈజీగా పాజిటివ్ attitude తో ఉండాలనే థాట్ తో డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నా. ఎందుకు అని అంటే సి ద కంప్లీట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ దట్ ఐ హావ్ యూజ్డ్ హియర్ ఆర్ ఫ్రమ్ యువర్ క్లాస్ 10th టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఓన్లీ. Okay, so that's why the basics are very important. Okay, now without wasting your time, what I suggest you is you enjoy your holidays in your, I mean no, anyways exam results are also announced, so enjoy your holidays. Along with that, please try to spend some time with the books. Okay, I'm not asking you to study some like 11th and 12th books. Now you just spend some time on your 10th class books first. Okay, like this kind of concepts if you have revised once again. Okay, if you have any weaker sections or any weaker portions that you have left over, so you can cover them now by watching our videos. Okay, making it more clear and understanding them and using them for the higher classes. Okay, now let me go through the next slide here. Yeah, so what are the things I just wanted to mention here? See, today as a first class I am giving you complete understanding and the use advantages of attending this bridge course. Okay, so now if you observe, class 10th chemistry gives you basic ideas, right? Now with the basic ideas also we can solve some questions, so you should have that basic ideas before moving to 11th. Okay, so that is why we are conducting this bridge course, to give that basic ideas. Okay, and now class 11th 12th need deep understanding of each topic and the basic that we studied in the class 10th, and solving numericals and the next application of that concepts. So these are the things are expected in class 11th and 12th in the competitive exams like NEET and JEE. Okay, now without having a bridge, so student may feel suddenly feel like difficult when they see the subject directly. See, in class 10th we have only 6-7 chapters now. If I give 30 chapters at a time in the syllabus, you may feel it is a sudden jump which is highly difficult to jump right now. So that's why we are conducting this. So students also, if there is no proper explanation, they feel low in confidence and they won't understand the numericals and the numerical approach. So that's why by considering all these things and also some requests, we have started this bridge course for each of the subject. Okay, you just attend them and you can utilize them effectively. Right, now let us start our course here. When it comes to chemistry, the concept starts here from very basic thing, that is matter. So what do we mean by matter? So in the universe, anything if you see that is considered as a matter. See, matter is anything that occupies space, possesses some mass, offers resistance and can be felt by one of our sense. Example, water, air, metals, anything. See, you take any substance, if that substance has some mass and it is occupying some space and I can sense it by touching like that right now, so I can say this particular substance as a matter. Okay, so anything, we humans ourselves also considered as matter. So anything that has some mass, occupies space and we can sense them at least by one of our sense, is considered to be matter. Okay, now how can we classify this matter? When we classify this matter, so matter can be classified as a pure substance and also as an impure one, pure and impure. So this impure thing, I am considering them as mixtures. What I am saying? Mixtures. Okay, so what does mean by pure here? See, pure, again I am saying the individual existence of a particular thing. So pure means the individual existence of a particular thing. For example, I am saying elements are the pure substances here. What I am saying, elements as a pure substance. The next, compounds, there are some compounds. For example, water, if you take, water exists independently now. So when it is existing independently, we are saying it is a pure water. Okay, when I say impure water, so impure or mixture, to the water if I add salt, what happens if I add salt like sodium chloride, salt I am adding? So now it is turning into a mixture. So this mixture again classified into two things. One is homogeneous and another one is heterogeneous. So what do we mean by homogeneous and heterogeneous? See, I told you compound means water is an example, and also salt, NaCl also one example for the compounds. Okay, so if I take them individually, they are considered to be pure form. When we mix them, they are going to form homogeneous mixture or heterogeneous mixture right now. So these are the two possible things we have. So homogeneous mixture means you are going to have a uniform phase throughout the mixture. Ante ఎప్పుడైతే ఈ salt ని water లో కలుపుతామో, so what you are going to see, a uniform phase. It means you will be seeing a there is no there is no differences in the physical states. But just observe, when you add sand to the water, what happens when you add sand to the water? You will be having a separate physical states for water and separate physical state for sand. Sand will be at the bottom of that container and water will be above it, right now. So two phases you are seeing, two distinct phases you are seeing. So I can say heterogeneous mixtures are nothing but non-homogeneous or non-uniform. You can say non-uniform throughout the solution. Okay, best example like what I told you, no, sand water is the best example. Not only sand water, there is some other terms we are going to use here. Colloids are also examples of heterogeneous mixture only. Okay, so for homogeneous, what I told you, there should be uniform throughout the mixture. Okay, now best example for homogeneous mixture is what I told you, salt water, sugar water can be considered as the best examples. Okay, now along with these you will be having few more examples. For example, when you mix two metals, like see, we know we will be using that ornaments, gold and silver ornaments, no? So when they are making, the goldsmith, when they are making the silver or gold ornaments, what they will do is, along with our gold metal, they will be add small amount of copper to it. Okay, so the mixture of two metals will be giving a homogeneous only, no? Are you seeing any two different phases there? No, it looks homogeneous throughout right now. So even if you mix two metals also, if they are forming a single phase, you can call it as homogeneous mixture. So metals, when you mix, when two metals are mixed, that combination is called alloys. So alloys are also considered to be example of homogeneous mixtures. Okay, right. I hope this basic classification is clear about this homogeneous and heterogeneous. Now let me discuss about elements. So you are already aware there are 118 elements in the periodic table now. So 118 elements in the periodic table are now classified them as metals, non-metals and metalloids. I hope you know about these things. So how many elements are there? Right now we have 118 elements. Now how they are classified? They are classified as metals, and the next non-metals, and the next metalloids. These are the classification. So now here, what are the examples for metals? See, in our daily life also we are seeing like iron is a metal, copper is a metal, gold is a metal, silver is a metal, right now. So now all those comes under metals. Along with this, there is something called sodium element is also metal, potassium, all these are also examples for what? Metals. Okay, so now where the sodium, potassium lies? This side, left side of the periodic table. So you should have that image, that picture, complete picture of periodic table in your mind. So whenever you close the eyes, and if I say something about periodic table, you should able to imagine it, so that it is easy for understanding the chapter, I mean concepts of chemistry. Okay, again once again try to focus on periodic table once again. Okay, this is a request from my side, try to get the image of complete periodic table into your mind. Okay, right. So like this, what are the examples I told you? Sodium, potassium, copper, silver, all these etc. are the examples for metals. Now metalloids and non-metals I am saying. So non-metals here means like hydrogen gas. See hydrogen, how it will be exist in the nature? It will be in the H2 form like this. Okay, so hydrogen is a non-metal, and the next oxygen is also a non-metal. The next fluorine, chlorine, these are called halogens. All these are non-metals. And something called noble gases, those are also considered to be non-metals only here. Okay, and the next when it comes to metalloids, so metalloids have some intermediate properties between metals and non-metals. Once again, metalloids have intermediate properties between metals and non-metals. That's why we are calling them as metalloids. So what are the examples for metalloids? Here silicon, okay, arsenic, okay, antimony. These are some examples. Silicon, arsenic, As, arsenic, antimony, Sb are some examples for non-metalloids. Okay, I hope up to here it is clear right now. So now compounds, I am classifying them as organic compounds and inorganic compounds. What I am saying, compounds can be classified into two ways, organic, inorganic. What do we mean by organic compounds? Means, see, organic means they comes from the natural source. Ante ela ante natural source ante enti ante living things nunchi. Organic ante ekkadi nunchi ravali? Organic compounds are generally considered they are getting from the living things. అంటే ఏదైనా ప్లాంట్స్ నుండి కానీ యానిమల్స్ నుండి కానీ ఒక మ్యాటర్ అనేది బయటకు వచ్చిందనుకో, దాన్ని మనం ఆర్గానిక్ కాంపౌండ్ లాగా కన్సిడర్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకే, వెన్ ఇట్ కమ్స్ టు ఇన్ఆర్గానిక్ కాంపౌండ్స్, దే కమ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ నాన్ లివింగ్ సోర్సెస్. నాన్ లివింగ్ సోర్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు మెటలర్జీ గురించి చదువుకున్నారు. సి ఎక్స్ట్రాక్షన్ ఆఫ్ సమ్ గోల్డ్. సి గోల్డ్ని ఎక్కడి నుండి ఎక్స్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తాం? నాన్ లివింగ్ సోర్స్ నుంచే కదా, అంటే ఎర్త్ క్రస్ట్, ఇట్స్ ఎ నాన్ లివింగ్ సోర్స్నా. సో ఎర్త్ క్రస్ట్లో నుంచి అంటే జీవం లేని దాని నుండి తీస్తున్నాం కదా, సో అందుకోసమే దాన్ని నాన్ లివింగ్ థింగ్, వీఆర్ ఎక్స్ట్రాక్టింగ్ దెమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద నాన్ లివింగ్ థింగ్స్ అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. దోస్ కమ్స్ అండర్ ఇన్ఆర్గానిక్ కాంపౌండ్స్. ఓకే, like complete story of metallurgy comes as inorganic compounds only. Okay, so here I hope you got something what do we mean by organic and inorganic compounds. Okay, now generally organic compounds contains carbon. What they contains? Carbon, hydrogen, and sometimes oxygen, nitrogen also there. So generally organic compounds contains what are the compounds? Mainly carbon. Okay, carbon containing compounds are considered to be organic compounds. Okay, this is a very generalized definition, a simple definition of organic compounds. Okay, right. So let us move forward with little more discussion with some examples here that you are coming across in our daily life. See what I told you, matter is classified into two ways. One is a pure and another one is mixture. Okay, mixture is nothing but impure. See, when you mix two pure substances, it becomes a impure. That is nothing but a mixture. Okay, so I hope you got what do we mean by pure substance and impure substance. Are a normal pure one and a impure one are a mixture, I can say. Next one, so pure one has a fixed compositions. You take anything, for example I am saying pure water means whether you take that pure water from tap or whether you take it from a tank or whether you take it from a pond or a sea, no matter, all of them has same chemical composition. అంటే అర్థమైందా ప్యూర్ సబ్స్టాన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి అని అంటే దానికంటూ ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ కాంపోజిషన్ అనేది ఉంటుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వాటర్ని మీరు ట్యాప్ వాటర్లో నుండి తీసుకోవచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఒక సీ వాటర్ నుండి తీసుకోండి, లేదా ఒక లేక్ ఒక పాండ్లో నుండి అయినా వాటర్ తీసుకోండి. మీరు ఎక్కడి నుండి తీసుకున్నా కూడా వాటర్కి అనేది ఒక ఫిక్స్డ్ కాంపోజిషన్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ ఫిక్స్డ్ కాంపోజిషన్ ఏంటిది? 2 hydrogens and 1 oxygen. So this is a fixed ratio of hydrogen and oxygens kada. So అందుకే మనం pure substances are considered, like water is considered to be one of the pure substance because it has a fixed composition. ఇలా మీరు ఏదైనా ఒక కాంపౌండ్ తీసుకోండి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ ఐఎమ్ సెయింగ్, సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో కాంపౌండ్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫర్ ప్యూర్ సబ్స్టాన్స్. ఎందుకు అని అంటే కార్బన్ డైఆక్సైడ్ నుంచి అది ఎక్కడి నుండి వస్తున్న అన్నది మ్యాటర్ కాదు. మనకి ఏం కావాలి? వాట్ ఈస్ ఇట్స్ కాంపోజిషన్, వాట్ ఈస్ ఇట్స్ ఫిక్స్డ్ కెమికల్ కాంపోజిషన్. ఇట్ కంటైన్స్ 1 కార్బన్ ఆటమ్ అండ్ 2 ఆక్సిజన్ ఆటమ్. ఇలా ఫిక్స్డ్ కాంపోజిషన్ ఉంది కాబట్టి we are saying these compounds as a pure compounds. Okay, sugar is an also example of pure compound. Okay, element matram, element kuda pure, that will be an individual existence. See, it is made up of only one type of atoms. Elements are made up of only one type of atoms. When these elements are combined, then we are going to get these compounds. Okay, compounds are made up of two or more elements which they combine chemically. Okay, in order to form carbon dioxide, what are the elements combining? One carbon and two oxygen atoms are combining to give you this compound. So when two or more elements are combined in the fixed proportion ratios, we will get a particular compound. So element compounds are example for pure substances. Okay, I hope up to here it is clear. Now what are the examples we have here? See, hydrogen, oxygen, iron, gold, copper, helium, all these are examples for elements. Okay, then I told you further classifications, metals, non-metals, metalloids, done about these elements. Then next, when it come to compounds, here it will be having, when these elements, see, hydrogen and oxygen are combining to form this water molecule. Okay, so water molecule, carbon dioxide here. So these are examples for compounds. Okay, right. Next, sodium chloride, ammonia, methane, glucose, fructose, all these are what? Examples for the compounds. Okay, up to here it is clear now. I hope there is no confusion in understanding elements and compounds, right? Yeah. Then next here, mixture. What I told you, homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. So homogeneous mixture has uniform composition throughout. Okay, so what are the examples I given you? Salt water I have given. When you add salt to the glass of water, that salt get dissolved in completely and you are going to see a uniform composition throughout, right? Now the next, sugar solution or vinegar. What do we mean by vinegar? When you add acetic acid to the water, so you are going to have a clear solution. So these are the examples for what? Homogeneous mixture. Then next, air is also considered to be homogeneous mixture. Why? Because air is nothing but a mixture of different gases. Now, like air means it contains what? Nitrogen gas, oxygen gas, hydrogen little bit. Okay, like this methane little amount and CO2. Like this different mixture of gases will be present. So that mixture of gases is nothing but homogeneous only. Now you are seeing only one phase. Do you seeing anything like a liquid or solid in that? No, no, only homogeneous. No, so air is also one of the example to be considered. Okay, next I told you about brass. I told you about gold ornaments. When I say gold ornament, along with the gold they will be adding some amount of copper. This is also an example of homogeneous. Okay, brass, I think you have seen brass items at your home, brass or bronze items like bronze vessels at your home having like a mixture, like brass means I can say copper plus zinc. What I am saying? Copper plus zinc. So now here if you observe, this is only one uniform phase is the throughout the this compound, whatever the instrument they have taken, having only one particular physical state now. So that's why we are saying it is a homogeneous mixture. Okay, and when it comes to metals, you need to use the word alloy. So alloys are homogeneous mixture of two or more metals. Two or more metals are called alloys. Okay, I hope up to here it is clear. Then next, what I told you, heterogeneous mixture. So here we will be having non-uniform composition. Different parts have different properties. Okay, what I am saying, it has non-uniform composition. Different parts have different composition. The best example I told you is sand water. Why I told you sand water is it is easy to understand. See, sand and water will be having two physical states itself. Right now, sand and water will be having two physical states. They can be separable. Okay, so you can say this as a heterogeneous. Now when I say oil and water, now you will be seeing two different let me So now what I am saying, so sand and water. sand and water is over, oil and water. So oil and water, see, just now I got some kind of alert in the mobile. I hope you are also having received this alert in the mobile. So there is something alert related to emergency cautions and all. Okay, anyways, we will conduct this. Yeah. Now look at this. What I am saying? Oil and water. So oil and water, if you see, I hope you have observed in your daily life also, like when you add oil to the water, what happens? There will be two separate layers. Oil will be there at the top of the water. Right now, water will be at the bottom layer and oil will be at the top layer. Right now, so they have two non-uniform compositions. Now they are not merging. They are not mixing uniformly. So when we have this non-uniform composition, you can say them as a heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, so oil and water is the best example here, along with the sand and water. Okay, for heterogeneous mixture. Okay, and other things like granite and soil, okay, and vegetable salad, these are some examples to understand about heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, concrete also one of the example for heterogeneous mixture. Okay, because it contains cement, water, sand, all these gravels will be there, small stones, all these are there. No, that's why we are saying concrete also an example of heterogeneous mixture. Okay, I hope it is clear that there is no confusion between homogeneous, heterogeneous and classification of matter or understanding about the matter. See, anything that we discussed here are having some amount of mass, has some mass and they occupy some space. That's why we are considering all together as a matter. Right now, summarize this. Matter is classified into pure substances and mixtures, that is impure substances. Pure substances are of two types. What are the two types? One is element and another one is compounds. Whereas impure substances, that is mixture, can be homogeneous, heterogeneous, that we discussed over here. Okay, now what are the best examples I given for the homogeneous? Alloys are the best examples. Sand, water, sugar, water, salt, water are the best examples. So just look at the look at the mixture. If it looks uniform throughout that solution, then you can say it as a homogeneous. If there is a different composition, so whether physical states are different or composition looks different or layers are separated, then you can simply say it as a heterogeneous. Done? Okay. Next, that's it about the discussion of matter and its classification. Okay. Now, in order to explain this matter, we required something called physical quantities. What are the things I am saying? Physical quantities. I mean, before that, see, there is something called physical properties and chemical properties. What do we mean by physical properties and chemical properties? Let me tell you. See, I am giving you some kind of matter here. Let us say I am giving you a bowl of sugar. A bowl of sugar I am giving you. Now I am asking you, how much quantity does this sugar has? It means we are expressing its weight and something like that. Now it's a physical properties or physical dimensions we are saying now. So it means in order to express the matter, we require something called its measurements. It means physical and chemical measurements or properties, I can say. Properties of matter and their measurements. See, properties of matter are classified as it can have some physical properties and chemical properties. What are the physical properties we generally know? So it can be in the liquid state, it can be in the solid state, it can be in the gaseous phase, right now. So this is what their physical state. Okay, and some of them have greater boiling point, some of them have lower boiling point. For example, water boiling point, we know it is 100 degrees. Whereas if you take any organic compounds like petrol, diesel, they will be having very low boiling point, they can easily get evaporated, right now. So these are the physical properties of the liquids that you are considering or the matter that you are considering. Okay, like that we have physical properties and chemical properties. See, chemical properties means, for example, you take any metals. For example, some metals, when they expose it to the air, see, you just observe in your daily life only, we will be using gold rings or any ornaments, we will be keeping that in the water, they are exposing to the air, everything, but they won't get damaged. Whereas the iron metal that you are keeping it aside for longer time, what it will be seeing, so it will get rusted, it will get damaged. Why it is so? Because the chemical reactivity of that iron rod is more compared with this gold ring that you are using. It means individual element have its own characteristic properties. Means chemical properties depends on what type of substance you are considering. Gold is having some kind of reactivity, silver is having some kind of reactivity, like that iron will be having some kind of reactivity. So based on their chemical nature they show different chemical reactions కదా. ఒక్కొక్క ఎలిమెంట్కి దానికంటూ ఒక ఇండివిజువల్ ప్రాపర్టీ ఉంటుంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మన క్లాస్ రూమ్లో ఒక 10 మెంబర్స్ కూర్చుంటే ప్రతి ఒక్క స్టూడెంట్కి తనకంటూ ఒక ఇండివిజువల్ ఐడెంటిటీ, ఇండివిజువల్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్, ఇండివిజువల్ అప్లికేషన్ మేనర్ అనేది ఉంటుంది కదా. అందుకే ఒక స్టూడెంట్ టాపర్ అవుతాడు, ఒక స్టూడెంట్ డల్లర్గా బిహేవ్ చేస్తాడు. సో బట్ ఎవ్రీ వన్ సిట్టింగ్ ఇన్ ద సేమ్ క్లాస్ రూమ్. అలానే every element has their own individual characters. I can say matter has their own physical and chemical properties. Okay, that's it. I hope this basic understanding is clear. Now see, what do we mean by physical properties? Physical properties are those properties which can be measured or observed without changing the identity or composition of substance. So physical properties means what? So you are going to measure that particular property of a matter without changing its composition, without changing or without doing any chemical change. It means అది ఎలా ఉందో అలానే ఉంటుంది, ఆ సబ్స్టాన్స్ ఎలా ఉందో అలానే ఉంటుంది, ఎలాంటి కాంపోజిషన్లో ఎక్కడ కూడా తేడా రాదు. జస్ట్ యూ విల్ బి మెజరింగ్. సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద థింగ్స్ దట్ వీ విల్ మెజర్ లైక్ దట్? ఇట్స్ వెయిట్. మనం వెయిట్ మెజర్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఈజ్ దర్ ఎనీ చేంజ్ ఇన్ ద కెమికల్ సబ్స్టాన్స్ కాంపోజిషన్? నో, రైట్? సి మనం జనరల్గా విల్ బి గోయింగ్ టు ద జనరల్ స్టోర్ అండ్ విల్ బి ఆస్కింగ్ give 1 kg of sugar or 1 kg of salt, like that. So it means అందులో ఏదైనా కెమికల్ చేంజ్, కాంపోజిషన్లో ఏమైనా కెమికల్ చేంజ్ ఉందా అంటే నో చేంజ్. దట్స్ వే వీఆర్ సేయింగ్ weight is one example of physical property. What I am saying, it's a weight, the quantity measured. Mass is an example of physical property. Ilane, when you are going for any milk parlor or any like anywhere to drink, to have some drink, what we will be asking, can you give me half liter of milk, 1 liter of milk, or half liter of water, 1 liter of water? See, when you are asking or when you are taking them, when they measure half liter or 1 liter, there is no physical change now. So there is no chemical change now, it's just a measurement. So you can say it as a what? You can say it as a physical property. Now one last thing I just wanted to mention here is, these are the 3 PYQs I just wanted to give you, and I'm asking you to answer them in the comment box. See, the purest form of a substance from the given 4 options. So tell me which is the purest form from our discussion. See, I told you colloids means heterogeneous, solutions means a mixture. It's also mixture means these are impure. These are impure, only element is a pure one. Which are the following is are non-metals? See, I have given some examples, from that you can answer this. Okay, there are 2 options. You can mention what are the 2 options correct for this particular question in the comment box. Okay, next here we have one more. Which are the following is a metalloid? Metalloid examples also I given now. So out of this there is one metalloid, identify it and tell me. Okay, or mention which is metal, like copper is a metal. What about bromine, iron, silicon? Like that you mention in the comment box. We will discuss about this in the upcoming session. I hope you watch this session completely. If you like the content, please share with your friends. Thanks for watching.